So this fun angle, I might not be able to do it at this angle. Oh, yeah. Do I want to put a memory on my battery, or do I want to unplug my tablet? And unplug my tablet, or do I want to sit at this bad angle? I could just like not make a video. I don't know. I really want to talk, so if you guys don't mind, you are going to see me like most of my teachers actually did during pandemic classes. Which wasn't really great because I was in ASL class and I'd have to do all my signs like this. Especially, it wasn't so bad, like finger spelling wasn't bad, but then, you know, when we started actually having conversations, I would like actually I think this is fuck you. No, this is asshole, so I probably never did that on camera, but like a lot of them I would have to be like my belly, like, please. I want to learn more ASL though. It's early. I didn't realize how much until actually taking this class, but because my mom has to use ASL with her clients, like my mom's at the point where like if you asked her if she was fluent, she would say no, but on the other hand, like she knows what things mean, even if it's like not, most of it is like official ASL, but like it's also adapted to her clients' accents or whatever. And like, so we would just casually use ASL around the house, but I didn't know it was like actual ASL. It was just like signs that made sense, like shower or phone. I don't even know if these are the correct ones, but eat. And so yeah, it was just like all done. No's one I learned really young, like no. Or stop. Baby knows this one. Well, actually, when I was in daycare a lot, sit down. It's another one, like all the toddlers knew sit down. And stop. And then baby absolutely hated it for a long time. I would be just like, and she would be so mad in ASL. But I'm trying to do this thing. I'm trying to teach everyone at the library little tiny pieces every week. So like the first week I did welcome, which again, but yeah, this was also really not convenient for class. I feel real bad for my ASL teacher. Like, Julie, if you never want to talk to me again because of how much of a pain in your ass I must have been, I understand. But welcome to the library. I taught everyone that. And then I tried like Happy Christmas. But I talked to so few, like everyone was just checked out that they were like, oh yeah, okay, Happy Christmas, but and then Happy, I think, New Year. Oh, I forgot year. I know. Week and month. Oh no. Anyways, Kyla didn't get to, the moral of a story that I was telling was Mog didn't get to go on her sleepover, so That kind of sucked. Actually, it wasn't supposed to be a sleepover. It was her best friend was supposed to come over. And her best friend did not get to come over because we aren't good at planning. But we cleaned a lot, and you can almost tell the difference. I love, there's a song, and if you haven't heard it, you should, because it is just a fantastic song, and it's by Amanda Palmer, and it's called A Mother's Confession. And one thing I love about Amanda Palmer is that she sets the bar really low, but also it's like, she's just like, just keep, keep going. I love, like, one of the lyrics, not in this song, but there's a lyric from one of her songs that's, I took out the trash today and I'm on fire, and as a spoonie, it's just like, and I took out the trash today. I filled up the sled with the bags and hauled them to the dumpster that was like this, and I got all the snow off of it, and I managed to wedge it in the snow pile in a way that it hopefully won't fall over again. But I took out the trash today and I'm on fire. But anyways, in her song, A Mother's Confession, which now that I'm no longer, I first heard it when I was still working in the baby's room. So it's like, yeah, my job is to keep all of these children alive. And that's not an easy job, especially when there are 8 of them and I'm in there alone. But it's just this 10-minute song about when she first became a mom. And it's when Ash, which is Amanda Palmer and Neil Gaiman's son, was, I think, 4 months old. And it's just like, yep, I shoplifted this chapstick from the store. I meant to pay for it, but I didn't see it. And I bought like 80 for groceries, and usually I'd like go in and return it because it was an accident, but I just, the baby's screaming, so I just drove away, and like I cried about it. And it's a very postpartum song, that's what it is. Like, it's such a good postpartum song. But then there's also like, she went to see Neil's aunt, who was like turning 99. It was her 99th birthday, and like this woman survived the Warsaw Ghetto, and when she was pregnant with, when Amanda was pregnant with Ash, this nearly 100-year-old Holocaust survivor was making her a blanket with her, literally like every stitch just in it, like making this blanket for this baby. And Amanda was really touched and taking a bunch of pictures of the baby in the blanket and sending them to her. And she got there, and Helen's like, yeah, that's not the one I made. That someone else made that one. That is definitely a handmade blanket, and it's very nice, but it's not the one I made. And she was real nice about it, but it's like, I also been there. And then, what's one of the other, like, she gets a speeding ticket because, like, she's speeding because the baby's crying, and it's just so much of it is just like, yep. It's just such a great song, but it's like the chorus throughout all of it is like, at least the baby didn't die. Like, yep, I just fucked up real good, but that baby's still alive. And that's the important part. And I think Sandra's walking by. I heard a door. The camera's over there. So, I've decided that even though I did not win the $1 million raffle, which I really wanted to, but I'm still going to make this the year where I get my finances together and get a house. And I don't know if it will be a Habitat for Humanity house or what, but I think it is time for me to get my life together. And that is going to be my goal for the rest of the new year. I think I can do it. I think you can do it too. So let's go forward. Let's get our lives together. Or at the very least, accept that no one else has their life together. So let's all just stumble forward together. See where this ride takes us. Even if it's scary. Because it's scary. Like, no one warned me how scary it was going to be. It was supposed to be exciting. And it was supposed to be fun. But then it just it's yeah, it is a roller coaster. It's just weird having this angle. This angle makes me feel like I'm on the Blair Witch Project. I'm afraid to close my eyes. I'm afraid to open them. I think that's what I'm doing because I can subconsciously see myself right there and the camera's right there. And so I want to look at the camera, but I'm also a Leo, so I'm like, ooh. What does my face look like, though? What's my face look like? And when I'm that close to the camera, you can really tell. That's why I took off my glasses, so that I can't even really see my Leo-ness. And I'm very framed. There we go. Maybe that's good framing. I don't know. I don't know anything about cameras. Lullaby tonight was Song of the Century, which always makes me happy. By the way, I'm just jumping. Just always makes me so happy when the twins choose a Green Day song for me to sing, because I love Green Day. And more importantly, I love 21st Century Breakdown. That was the album that came out when I was in 9th grade, 2008, because Green Day has they put out an album approximately every 4 years, and those 4 years are always coincidentally the 4 years some other thing happens. Not when they were young, like when they were young and they were just stoners. It was, those 2 years, all these all these differences. But then apparently Billy Joe had to get sober because he couldn't handle, he had kids, and he was like, well, I just can't handle looking around at these low versions of me running around when I was high. It was too much. And so instead they got super political, which is when I came into Green Day, because I was still a child, but I was also getting super political around that time because I was just starting to learn about politics. I was in poli-sci class for the first time. I was watching current events. I was following the war because everyone was. I mean, there were recruiters coming into our, every year we had the Army recruiters coming in and telling us about why we should join the Army, and why it's important to sign up to defend the country. And if that's not brainwashy, I don't know what is. Holy shit. Looking back, I was in 7th and 8th grade, and they were just yeah, kids, come. That's good job, America, because I don't think that should be normal. But I guess on the other hand, most of the animes I watch, and now I didn't realize it when I was a kid, but now that I'm showing things for kids, other cultures Japan specifically, like, there's a lot of child soldiers in this. And we're supposed to treat it like it's okay, because they're the protagonists. But Harry Potter, too, it's like, yeah, like, you're child soldiers. Like, we should, let's not have child soldiers. Children should be able to defend themselves, but not, that's one thing, and I'm right now having a real hard time with Harry Potter, because it did change, like, it raised me, but I'm also, like, so fucking pissed at Joe. Like, I just want her to realize why she's wrong and come to terms. Pull a Percy. Like, pull a Percy. Joe, it's not too late. It's not too late. But like you yourself said, it's easier to forgive someone for being wrong than being right. You need to, but like, so we'll forgive you for being wrong. Like, but you're not in the right. It's not, I'm sorry, like, I don't understand how you can continue to think that one of the most oppressed demographics, one of the most at-risk demographics, are somehow the ones that are dangerous. Like, trans women's lives are in danger. Trans men are also in danger. Like, non-binaries are in danger, but like trans women in particularly, like, as a feminist, trans women in particularly need our help. We need to band together with our sisters because they are the ones more at risk. Just, they're not dangerous. And you need to accept that. And I don't know how else to explain to you. You have to be a good person. But, so, I'm having that conundrum. But I still have a hard time separating Harry Potter, so I'm going to make this quick, and I'm, like, at least shorter than my spiel about JK. But one thing about the Harry Potter books that I think is, I really, really like and I really love, is that Harry is so adamantly like, no, we need to learn how to defend ourselves, but like, we are defending ourselves. We're not, I don't think Harry Potter, I don't think they ever like had offensive attacks. It was all defensive. And like, yeah, I think it's admirable to build a really good defense. And if someone like is trying to attack you, like, yeah, no, you need to be ready to defend yourself. But like, and in that way, because a lot of, I came back to child soldiers, but I think it has to do with, in the ADHD tangent that went on in my head, that flowed a lot better. But a big thing with like the yeah, just I'm rolling it back into talking about how much I love Green Day. And we went off track when I got to the fact they really shouldn't have been sending military recruiters into a middle school. That was the point. But they did, because America is a dystopia. And that's the period when 21st Century Breakdown takes place, or that's when it came out. So holy shit, it rings so much because it was, American Idiot is great. That's very much like I think American Idiot is what better known because that's the one. It's got obviously American Idiot. It's got Boulevard of Broken Dreams. It's got Wake Me Up When September Ends. Holiday was also, Ben said it played on the radio a lot, but I don't remember it as much on the radio. But it was another, I mean, it was another one at least there was a music video for. So, like, because there were not necessarily music videos for all of them. Though there was also for Jesus of Suburbia, but I don't think that one got that popular because it's like 9 minutes long. That's what both American Idiot has not one but 2 songs on the same album that are over 9 minutes long. And at the time, it's like, in an interview, Billy Joe was just sitting there and he's like, yeah, I want people to be sitting there and being like, how long is this song? Wait, how long is it? But it moves fast because it's like a bunch of small parts that are all super upbeat. So it's like, it's shorter than Bohemian Rhapsody. It's longer than Bohemian Rhapsody by like 30 minutes. And it doesn't slow down as much. Like, it doesn't start as slow as Bohemian Rhapsody. But that's one that sometimes when the twins don't want to go to bed and they're just like, sing the longest song you know, I will sometimes sing either Jesus of Suburbia or Homecoming. And they are both not good lullaby songs. Jesus of Suburbia is I'm the son of rage and love, the Jesus of Suburbia, the Bible of none of the above, on a steady diet of soda pop and Ritalin. No one ever died for my sins in hell, as far as I can tell, at least the ones I've gotten away with. But I'm not gonna launch into this 10-minute song, even though I want to. But there's a lot of stuff in there. I probably shouldn't have been singing to these children since they were really little. But at least they didn't die. But we don't really censor music, so like, we are very upfront. It's like, when they ask what that means, like, yeah, it's a drug. Don't do them. Like, doing someone else's cocaine, I think is another lyric. That one, though, I think I might have edited out. But Homecoming also has the lyrics, nobody likes you, everyone left you, they're all out without you, having fun. Which also is probably not the best lullaby lyrics. But on the other hand, it's like, I sing all of it I'm pretty good at like adapting songs to lullabies, so a lot of times kids don't pick up on darker shit. That one specifically, it kind of makes them giggle because they're like, oh, that's just so mean, who would say that? It's kind of like when my mom would sing to us, go to sleep, you little creep, before the bed bugs bite your eyes out, which I've never sang to the twins or Ellie. So that's, I've got that. But yeah, I totally understand where like super dark nursery rhymes and lullabies came from. It was just, It was probably us cringy parents. But, yeah, they, one of my short songs that I sing quite regularly is Song of the Century, which is much more, it's a prelude, so it's like a minute long instead of, the 10 minutes. But it's a prelude for the album 21st Century Breakdown, and I think I'm going to sing all of that because it is just like, it's still so relevant. When I was singing it today, I was just like, this is somehow not gotten any less relevant since I was your age. Sing us the song of the century, louder than bombs and eternity, the era of static and contraband, leading us into the promised land. Tell us a story that's by candlelight, waging a war and losing the fight. Sing us a song of the century, of panic and promise and prosperity. Tell us a story into that good night. Sing us a song for me. I like this lighting. This is cool. Feels like I'm in a clubhouse. But yeah, that has somehow not gotten less relevant since the song came out 16 years ago. Next year, the album American Idiot will be turning 20, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that. This year I will be turning 30, and I'm also not sure if I'm ready for that. Age is just a number, and you're as young as you feel, which means in my heart I have always been 67 and a half. Me and Ben have been seniors, age of 65 or older, since we were in high school. I remember people asking what we were doing, and like, we're listening to Backstreet Boys and knitting. Like, is that code for something? Yes, it's code for listening to Backstreet Boys and knitting. And my mom was a party girl in high school, so she was not, I think she was happy, but also just like, yeah, no, that's what they're doing, and I'm just glad she's got a friend. Like, my mom was so much like, I'm just glad she's got friends. And like, when my sister was always out partying, and my mom was always like goddamning her because, of course, like, even though she was a party girl, she didn't want us to be party girls until we were old enough to party with her. Now she's a little disappointed that I don't party with her, because she has, when I was 21, she threw me a big birthday party, and I was like, can I leave now? Can I leave now? I had also just gotten dumped and in my first, like, relationship, so that could have been a reason. But yeah, it's just like, everyone was trying to buy me alcohol, and I'm just like, I don't like how this tastes. Can I leave? So my mom, like, was very much like, oh, I guess I don't party with that one. It's okay, now that edibles are legal in Minnesota, me and my, like, we can pop gummies and chill. I'm so glad they legalized that shit. So glad. Cause my dad, I never understood when everyone's like, yeah, no, your dad was a massive stoner when he was, like, in his 20s. And I was like, Dad wouldn't have been a stoner. Like, what are you talking about? And like, Oh, now that he's retired and doesn't do piss tests, like, it was like, oh, yep, yep. Now that naming me after the Beatles makes a lot more sense. So, it's fun. Oh, it's only 30 minutes, but I think it's time for bed. So if you've been here, if you've listened this far, thank you. Got a letter I'm going to send out to, and that's why we drank. I'm going to tell Christine to watch. Hopefully she does. If she doesn't, it's okay, but I decorated the envelope for her with Lady's head kind of got. I should have done Lady as a puppy because she's easier to draw as a puppy, but I was using pens, so I accidentally made her forehead too short the first time, and I was just like, well, there's no erasing, so I guess we just go with it. Her ear also didn't get quite how I wanted, but I'm really proud of my piglet. His legs are a little wonky, but I'm really proud of my piglet, and I love my Marie. Like, I need to redraw that Marie for myself, or possibly for baby, or possibly both twins. Possibly everyone's getting a Marie. Actually, you know what? Everyone's getting a Marie, because I love that Marie so goddamn much. She's so mad. I identified with Marie way too much as a kid. Like, Aristocats and Lady and the Tramp, I acknowledge, are also some of those that it's like, yeah, that's content we wouldn't put on in our children's shows now. But, you know, you kind of make adjustments for the time. But, the little spoiled brat that was always yelling at her siblings. I'm a lady, that's why. I loved her so much. I think that informs a big part of my personality. Alright. Good night. I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with me.